Welcome back everyone to Pillars of Eternity Part 2. This is Epigenic Gamer and let's get back to our little rodent. So we escaped the bivouac from the last part and we entered the ruins. With us we have Hyoden and Kalisha and our own little rodent. So let's go.
No problem.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Oh, Kalisha shakes her head. Windstorm, of a kind they only get in Ir-Glanfath. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfathan word is bivouac. To them it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the dead. Oh, the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Do you still have yours? So who attacked us? The Glanfathans. Those be the hut dwellers Odima warned you about. Look to be Fangs of Galloway, who are the twitches of the lot. They go rune to rune looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odima, I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Glanfathans thought we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Odima would never allow it, but as much as the Fangs are hotheads, Glanfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or she calls us down the passage beyond. Or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. What about everyone else in our caravan? Kalisha's lips press together and her chin rumbles. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grab them better luck in their next lives. You don't seem too upset about all this. Kalisha looks you in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking, because there's nothing else to be done and because there's other people you care about who still need you. Yoden takes a step forward and his knees buckle, and before anyone can catch him he stumbles to the ground, his cheek striking the time-worn cobbles. On unsteady legs he claws his way up the wall and back to his feet, but his stance is shaky, like a sailor walking on land after a time at sea.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. Seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there.
We've gained camping supplies. You've discovered some camping supplies. Jesus. You can use them to rest in the wilderness or dungeons, fully restoring all of your character's ability and health. Easy difficulty allows you to carry more camping supplies, but hard restricts them severely. If you fully run out of camping supplies, try to find an inn. Most have cheap rooms available.
I hate to say this, but we can't afford to stay put. Those Glanfathans were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want.
Maybe you didn't hear me. We are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either got to find the exit or a damn good place to hide.
Sure, we'll go with Kalisha.
I'll do my best.
He'll do his best. Great.
Yeah?
Okay. I've narrowly escaped the strange and deadly wind that tore through the valley, but now I'm trapped in the ancient ruins that the caravan master told us to stay clear of. Oh, you now have one rank in the disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputation will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or paladin, you must be careful to misalign not to misalign the disposition with what is favored by their deity and order, respectively. For the main character, only that disposition will modify the effect of holy radiance for priests and faith and conviction for paladins. So where do we see that actually? Oh, whatever.
Wonder who was here. See if they left anything useful behind.
Let's go here for now. A trembling, sickly creature emerged from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and its thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zorib. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. Raise your arms and stand still. It's okay, I won't hurt you. I'll take to pieces, lizard. Fuck it. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. It's okay, I won't hurt you. The Zorib recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. Sniffs, finds nothing of interest, steps back and resumes its defensive position. Slowly back away. The Zorib watches warily as you go. But I want to go here. Can we talk to him? Oh. Guess not.
What you need?
No problem.
Oh. What kind of gem is this? Wait. Tattered journal. This small folio is torn in several places and blood has soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, however. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice and I've got my hands on a genuine Ingwithan artifact. The fellow who had it said it was pretty nothing as far as he is concerned, but he's not willing to go digging into some ruins. But if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, then that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Kilanlis in the morning, then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about.
Wait, do you hear that? Wait, do you hear that?
The damage of our little rodent is insane. That looks like it could be a shortcut. A crack runs along this wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. We had the hammer and chisel from the camp. You set to work. The cracks lengthen and widen with your efforts, but the process is more taxing than you'd expect. Sweat beats your forehead and your muscles begin to ache. Continue chiseling. After several long moments, you begin to see light on the other side. With one final tap, several blocks of stone shift and tumble loose, clearing a gap just wide enough to pass through. You have lost an item, the hammer and chisel. Okay. The eastern reach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enable scouting mode to move stealthily and search for hidden objects like traps and secret doors.
I could scout ahead.
Okay. What does that mean?
Head. So it's around.
Oh, so that's a scream or something that they do. There we go. School letters. So you can switch to a new weapon set by selecting a weapon icon from an individual character's action bar. So Alt is stealth.
Time to see and not
Don't
be
hear any
seen.
sign of that storm either.
Feels like there's a draft coming through that wall. Don't hear any sign of that storm either. Scouting mode is used both for stealth and for finding hidden objects like traps and secret containers. While scouting, your character selection circles will start to fill with yellow when a character is starting to detect them. Once the circle fills yellow, the character is suspicious and will move to investigate while the circle fills red. If the circle becomes fully red, your character will be discovered. The character's ability to find hidden objects is based on his or her mechanics skill. A higher mechanics skill allows them to find objects at greater distances. Moving toward a character accelerates how quickly they will detect you. If you actually touch the selection circle of a character with your own, you will immediately be detected. Let's backtrack a little. Okay, so we're not supposed to go over that. Yeah, I'm always really, especially in these kinds of RPGs. What the fuck? No, what? Fuck. Ah, I hate that so much. Yeah, great.
Yeah?
Okay. Ouch! When a party member is reduced to 0 endurance, they are knocked out. This means they are out of the fight, but as long as your side is victorious, they will regenerate their endurance when combat ends. Even though endurance regenerates after combat, health does not. Keep an eye on the parts to the left of a character's portrait to prevent them from being maimed or killed. So we got a strange illness. Oh wait, that's still the same as previously, and we got a severe burn. So we have no dexterity, and we do less damage. Great.
Look at the tiles. What are those symbols? One of the tiles back there.
That roundy symbol, I'm pretty sure I saw it on one of the tiles back there. Okay, can we do anything? Use the torch to light the brazier. A symbol of a pattern circle is inscribed on this pillar. An unlit brazier sits out space. It could be lit if you had the means. We do have the means. Flames kindle swiftly in the brazier, winding their way upwards. This mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. It shows a procession of Ingwithans from all the Kith races, Enuma, Elf, Orlan, Dwarf and Human. They walk among pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with a flame.
My eyes are peeled. Yeah?
I'm so used to just being able to click your character directly on screen instead of constantly through this menu.
Huh?
How can I help?
Ooze, plasma, and a jasper. Plasma. Oh, a Polex. That's pretty cool. Can we give this to the
What you need?
And do this. Awesome.
Yeah?
What's that muck on the wall?
Vicious and oily, this muck clings to anything it touches. A vicious slick of something dark and tar-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest that something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. Use the water skin to clear up the ooze. So we lost the water skin. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburns surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the details of his head, from the tight curls of hair to the ridges of his pointed ears, still show remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty, a gem fills the other. Okay, so we placed the gem. The chamber begins to rumble, stray rocks dancing across the tile floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives away. You have lost an item, the Ingwithan Relief Gem. Okay, so there's just a creature. A minor cloak of protection, amethyst, and Audra. Okay, cool. Can we? Hell yeah! Badass little rodent. Yeah, so let's continue our way upwards. Oh, okay. So the pillars were indeed to make a path available here.
Yeah?
So let's do this one by one.
Yeah?
There we go.
Quickly and quietly.
Okay. So let's first have our rogues sneak up on the big guy. Okay, doesn't really matter anyway. That was quick.
Got it.
So we got a spear spider leg. Spear spiders have long tapering front limbs ending in a sharp point, which they use to impale their prey. This leg is covered in small backward facing barbs. Bloodstone. Traditionally a dark stone, often a deep green, but the presence of pockets of iron or red jasper resembling blood spatters give the stone its name as well as its value. That's pretty cool actually. And a repair. Bats as large as chickens are strung in the web. Okay. Let's go here. Helmet. Jasper and agate. So... looks... it looks so silly. I love it. Next zone. Let's go. Older robed man. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus. An ancient structure of chiseled ardra and metallic veins, ominous and looking like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colourless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick grey beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
That can't be healthy. Oh wait, they're summoning a beerbug. Oh, for an instant the apparatus goes quiet in the air still, then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you're knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing all last thoughts away in the black unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with ardor and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of ardor pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions. Questions that must be answered all. At the base of the pillar now you see a man with a thick grey beard and ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man, you are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask of him. One question above all, and that question spins madly in your mind. Okay, so they turn to stone as well, his apprentices. No! Okay. You awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flirts through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntarily paranoid tic. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Yoden and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Ah, so sad that they died. Let's just take everything.
Won't get far like this.
Oh, so we still have the severe burn though. A major fatigue minus 20, accuracy minus 25%, maximum endurance. But we can level up. Your character has earned enough experience to advance a level. Click the item. Yeah, we did that. Survival allows characters to choose from a variety of long-term bonuses each time they camp. The first 6 ranks grant the following bonus. Let's at least take the damage reduction one. Stealth allows characters of any class to attempt to avoid being seen or heard. It's used automatically whenever the character is in scouting mode. Yeah, we know that. Athletics. Once per encounter, characters with athletics can use the second wind ability to recover lost endurance. A higher athletics score increases the effect of second wind. In conversations and scripted interactions, athletic is used for physical feats like climbing, swimming, and jumping. Lore represents a character's accumulated miscellaneous knowledge of trivia, often of occult and esoteric topics. Outside of conversations and scripted interactions, lore is used to activate scrolls. Higher lore values allow the character to use higher level scrolls. Mechanics, traps and locks can be a problem for even the toughest adventurers, draining their resources and maiming or killing those who are unfortunate enough to trigger an unseen floor plate. The mechanic skills makes it easier to open locks and find the disabled traps. Additionally, any character can use the mechanic skills to place traps of their own. The higher the mechanic skill, the more accurate the trap. In conversation and scripted interaction, mechanic can be used to activate or disable a variety of machines. Disarm difficulty 3 traps, pick difficulty 3 locks, plus 9 trap accuracy. Okay. Oh, so we got 2 points already from being a rogue and 1 from being a drifter. Yeah. Let's just take... put something in athletics for the second wind ability. So we can use scrolls? No. Let's do it like this. I'll actually go for this. Oh, an extra ability. So we can have a class skill. Backstab dramatically increases damage done from stealth or invisibility. The rogue may use melee or range weapons, but must be within 2 feet or 2 meters of the target. Grants backstab. So these are passives. Yeah. Defensives. Engagement limit. What's an engagement limit? Engagement occurs anytime a character attacks an enemy with a melee weapon or at close range. As soon as the attacker gets close enough, he or she will engage. When a character is first engaged, he or she will stop moving. The character is free to move again, but doing so... Yeah, we knew that. Some afflictions make it impossible for a character to engage an enemy. Petrified, blah blah. We knew that. Note that there are a number of talents and abilities that modify engagement rules, such as graceful retreat, hold the line, fight, defend, the barbarian's wild sprint, and the rogue's escape. Some creatures, especially large ones, may be able to engage more than one creature at a time. So he can attack 2 things at a time? Seems okay. For now, let's just go with the backstab thing. It's the most obvious. After leveling a character up, you may want to review their statistics. Open their character sheet to see their attributes, skills, abilities, and talents in greater detail. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, those whispers are kind of disturbing. Oh wow, he got tortured. Shit, I shouldn't have walked through that. Oh, that's gruesome. Take all the flesh. Oh, is she burned to death? Yeah. Nasty. Oh, she doesn't disappear. Okay. This massive structure is formed of stone, artery, and copper and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. Okay, you like disappear? Guess not. There she is. Okay, so on to Valewood we go. Take you 6 hours to complete your journey from Keelan Least to Valewood. I think I'll actually end this part here. Thank you so much for watching part 2 of Pillars of Eternity, and this was Epigenic Gamer. And I hope to see you all soon in part 3 of this game.